winning that fight in court. What we have to do, we have to do the fight with the public opinion. We have to win the public opinion. And I can tell you, I feel that something is happening in our country, something positive, because more people are coming. When I started to speak against the lockdowns, and I started that in my own riding in both my former riding, I can tell you that I'll do everything to win that riding back, and I'll be back in Parliament. But when I did that fight, I was speaking in French against the lockdowns. And some of my volunteers in my campaign told me, Maxime, you must speak against the lockdowns only in English, not in French, because people here in your riding, they like the lockdowns. They want more lockdowns. And so that's not helping you for being ranked. I said, no, I'm not a guy like that. I believe that it's wrong, and I'm saying the same thing in English and in French. And now I was in the riding in both maybe 2 weeks ago, and I said the same thing in French against the lockdown. And now people understand. We have more people. And that volunteer told me, Maxime, I think you are right. In the beginning, I was afraid that we may lose some votes. But now I understand that the more you speak, the better you are able to explain that to the population, the more people will understand and the more people will have on our side. So now we have a kind of a momentum. I know that the mainstream media won't speak about us. It's very difficult for me to be in the mainstream media, but I can tell you, with the local media, it's a little bit better. I did an interview with the local radio station and one with the local newspaper here, but it's a little bit better. But I can tell you, at the next general election, they will have to follow us. They will have to speak about us, because we are the only political party at the federal level who is fighting for you guys, for our freedoms, for being sure that it won't happen again. But don't forget, it's only the beginning. And I believe that it can take time, but I believe that we'll be able to win. Because at the end, freedom is always winning. Freedom, when you speak with passion and conviction about what you believe, and we know that we have the best policies. What we need to have is to have more people, but we have the best policies. We are able to explain that to the population, and I'm asking you not to keep the information that you have for yourself. Speak out, be out there, don't hesitate, and you'll see, you'll have a lot of people that will come on our side. And if we are doing that together, at the end, we will win. I'm pretty optimistic that we will win. It can take time, but I know that when I started, I did a by-election in Toronto. I think it was last November. I didn't win that by-election. It was a strong socialist riding downtown Toronto. But I decided to run there, and I knew in the beginning that I won't be able to win, but I decided to run there to be able to speak and be in front of the mainstream media during that by-election. And I was successful. My message was out there in Toronto, so that was great. But the volunteers that I had with me at that time, that was last November. The volunteer that I had with me was new Canadians coming from totalitarian regime, like in China, like in Russia, Romania, big countries like that. They were strong volunteers because they were telling me, Maxime, what I'm seeing here is what I had in my country over there. I came here for more freedom. And what was the most popular during that time, in last November, was our position on ending the lockdowns. That was the most popular. So today, we have more people on our side, and I can tell you that will be an important policy during the next campaign. if you go on our website, the People's Party of Canada, you can see that we have strong policies for a smaller government in Ottawa, a better government that will respect our freedom, based on 4 principles. And we will never do any compromise with our principles. So individual freedom, personal responsibility, respect and fairness, and all our policies are in line with these principles. So, but during the next campaign, we will have to focus on 4 or 5 policies to be sure that people will know. We have a full platform on every subject, immigration, taxation, and all that. But I can tell you that we will focus on the lockdowns, no mandatory vaccine, no COVID-19 vaccine passport. So that would be a core of our next campaign. Yeah. And I think people will understand it would, and actually it would be a big difference between us and all the other establishment political parties, because they're afraid to speak. They're afraid to speak against the lockdowns. They want to have the support of the mainstream media. And look at Erin O'Toole. Erin O'Toole decided he did. Yeah, he's a liberal. He said to the membership of the Conservative Party of Canada 3 weeks ago, now our party must progress. Will be a progressive party, and we have to go to the left. And that's what he's doing. I know Erin O'Toole. He was running against me when I was running to be the leader of the Conservative Party in 2017. And I said, and he was at that time a real red Tory. And he wore a mask during the last leadership campaign, a true blue mask. And I knew that. And now you can see the real Erin O'Toole. And their goal is to split the vote. We're not the one who's splitting the vote. Erin O'Toole, his goal, he said it to his membership, he said it to the members of the Conservative Party of Canada, that his goal is to split the Liberal vote. And he wants to be going more to the left, to be sure to have more support downtown Toronto, more support in Quebec, more support he won't, because a real leftist will vote for a real leftist like Trudeau. And Erin O'Toole will try, but it won't be successful. So what I can tell you, we are saying the same thing, we won't change, and this party is based on 4 principles. And like I said in the beginning, when we created the party, if you don't like our platform, if you don't like our principle, it's okay, don't vote for us. That's it. Don't vote for us. And if you want to change the People's Party, you know, you won't be able to do that because we won't do any compromise. But if you don't like that, go and create your own party. That's okay. We want to offer to Canadians a real alternative. That's why we are the People's Party. We are the only one who's the party that is doing politics differently, because we're not afraid. We know that we have the best ideas, so if it's not popular, I'll give you an example. Like the cartel in dairy, poultry and milk, we are paying twice the price for these products. When I started to speak against that, only 5% of the population were on our side. But the more you explain that, the more you speak, the more support you have. And now if you do a poll or a survey on that, maybe 40% of the population will be in favor of abolishing that cartel. So that's why we need to explain and to inform the population on our policies, because we have the best one, and we try to appeal to your intelligence. I don't do politics to appeal to your emotions. You know, I believe that Canadians are adults, are intelligent, and if you explain something with facts and passion and conviction, you'll be able to have their support. So that's the People's Party. And if you're not a member, if you don't know what we believe in, just go on our website, peoplespartyofcanada.ca. You'll see our platform over there. and I count on you. But the most important, don't hesitate to be out there and speak with your friends about what you believe in, about our values, because we must do that fight. It's an important fight to keep our Western civilization values, and the most important, we are in a fight for, and I think, a revolution. And I will call that revolution an ideological revolution. Ideological revolution. And a revolution to keep our Western civilization values, a revolution to keep our way of life, and that's only the beginning. But I can tell you, all together, we will win. Thank you.
Woohoo! Yes, thank you.